Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Don't miss out on our comic book creator interviews, including our monthly Chichester chats with comic book legend DG Chichester, superhero movie brackets in our search for the worst comic book movie of all time, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. I just saw that cup. Anyway, I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
All right, and today we have something old, something new, something old.
I think we just have something old and something blue, because Nightwing's blue.
Yeah, true. I mean, we could talk a little bit Detective Comics, because Dick was kind of it. I mean, not a ton, but Dick was in it a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't read it yet, so you can tell me what happens.
Okay. So, yeah, that's it now, so. All right, so yeah, we'll get that out of the way. Yeah, Detective Comics 1051 came out last week. Yeah, basically shows they flash back to Little Show how Psycho Pirate got to the Arkham Tower and basically how he's controlling all the emotions of the inmates.
Nefarious.
Yeah, but then they show things starting to get out of control, like how we got to that first issue. But yeah, Dick's trying to de-escalate things, but he's not in costume, so
yeah, is he still pretending to be that janitor?
Yeah, he kind of gets attacked. Yeah, because like I said, there's not a ton of Dick, but there's it's like basically more like Huntress kicking butt in there.
I hope she gets that creepy parasite thing out of her brain.
I know. And then Dick was helping, but then he kind of gets knocked out.
Okay.
So I guess I'll see on Wednesday. Yeah. So I'm not making a separate trip to the comic book store, DC. Oh, but so maybe we'll talk a little detective next week. But next episode will be the new issue, Nightwing 89.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that comes out next week. It comes out on the 15th.
Yeah, part 1 of the Superman crossover.
Nice. Well, in terms of new things, I sent you... Did you look at those links I sent you from Reddit?
I looked a little bit, yeah.
Wasn't that hilarious? So for people who do not get personal Reddit links sent to them from me, someone was posting on Reddit, Am I the Asshole forum, using the storyline from Nightwing, first from Nightwing Year 1, and they were kind of like posting as Bruce Wayne. First one, like, I kicked my 17-year-old foster son out because he wasn't hanging out with me enough, and he was spending too much time in New York with a volunteer group with his friends and stuff like that. And that was a month ago, and I think that one came out when I was at Disney World, so I didn't see that one. But I am pleased to say that when I scrolled through, there were 120 comments, and every single one said, "You're the asshole." So that was pretty unanimous. But the one where I noticed it was either Friday or Saturday. I forget which day now. Whichever day I sent it to you, it was that day. Somebody had posted, "Am I the asshole for adopting my new foster son and not telling my old foster son about it? So we had to find out on social media," which is, of course, the story of, I think it's more Dick finding out Bruce got a new Robin through the newspaper from Batman 416. Although we also know he adopted Jason, and Dick asked him about that at Donna's wedding, and he said, Bruce was like, I don't know, I screwed up and I couldn't be prouder of any son. But that was pretty funny as well. And again, there were a couple people that were like, I mean, you can adopt whoever you want, so you're not the asshole for adopting someone, but you're the asshole for not telling your kid about it. But a lot of other people were just straight up like, you're the asshole. I can't believe you would do that. It sounds like you don't even like your kid. But I was proud of myself that, because that was the one I saw first. I saw that first one, and I thought, wow, this sounds exactly like what happened with Bruce and Dick and Jason. And then I looked and I saw that the account that posted it was called Throwaway NW102. And I thought, wait a minute. And then I looked at it again and I was like, wait, the older son is D, and then it's J, and the person that told D was C, the family friend he's been staying with. And then I was like, I think they just ripped this off. And then I clicked on their name and saw that a month ago they had posted that thing about like, was it wrong of me to kick my foster son out for spending too much time with his friends? And I was like, oh my God, this person's just writing Batman storylines into Am I the Asshole? So it was pretty hilarious.
It sounds like it.
And as we've said before, definitely the vote was overwhelmingly in favor of Bruce being the asshole. So.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't see anybody say it on the first one. But coupled with the second one, a couple people went in. Somebody even wrote in, their comment was, you're the asshole, Batman. So it was pretty great.
It's funny that everybody got the joke.
Yeah, no, I mean, some people didn't. I wanted to go in and say something, but I don't have a Reddit account, and I couldn't make one. Something was wrong with the internet or whatever. I don't know. I couldn't get it. But there were definitely a lot of people that were taking it seriously. And they were like, this is terrible. You sound like a really awful foster parent. You shouldn't be fostering. Stuff like that. But yeah, then the person was really laying it on thick because somebody was like, why didn't you adopt him? And he was like, well, when he first came into my custody, his parents had just died, and I didn't want to replace his parents. They're really special to him. It was pretty amazing.
Sounds like it.
So awesome. So go check it out. Listeners, go look for it on Reddit.
I'm sure there's all kinds of Batman stuff on there.
I mean, I think there's a whole Batman Reddit, but this was not in the Batman Reddit. This was in Am I the Asshole? So that's why it was funny.
So watch out, kids. They'll pop up anywhere. Oh yeah, if you kids haven't gotten new DC comics, yeah, they remind you on the cover. There's the Batman movie coming out March 4th. Is if you don't watch TV or go on the internet, you might not know that.
If you only read paper copies of things.
It's on the paper copy. No,
I know, that's what I mean. They have to put it on there. So if you only read paper copies, you've got it.
Exactly.
Although, I mean, since they own it, I guess, you might as well. It's not like they have to pay extra for the advertising.
Yeah, it's all Warner's, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was saying something to Lilith about that the other day. I was like, if you read in any of the Bat books, I'm like, don't you? I mean, I get it, but it's like, don't you already know you probably already know there's a Batman movie coming out. Probably,
but if they put it there at the store and you're not reading Batman, but you walk by, you're like, oh hey.
Although they do put the date, I know I'm surprised when I swear they always commercials and everything and has the date. I swear there's still people I work with and other stuff when's this movie coming out? It's like, really? Don't pay attention to any commercial or.
Well, it could be that kind of thing that's in one ear and out the other, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, did you hear? So are you going to see the Batman movie?
Yeah, I think not right when it first comes out. So my birthday is March 8th. So I want to go for my birthday. So I'll probably go on either the 8th or maybe I'll go on the 7th. It's my spring break. I got to talk to my friends and see what day they want to go. But yeah, I'm not going Friday night or whatever. Yeah.
I believe I heard I think it might be almost 3 hours.
Yes, I heard that it's very long. The Avengers Endgame is still longer, but it's getting close.
Oh yeah, because I think Endgame was like the whole 3 hours. I think what is it? They said the Batman's it might be like 175 minutes or something instead of the whole
Yeah, I
180.
thought I saw it's like 5 minutes shorter.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. I want to see it in the theater, but I kind of want to go during the day when there's hopefully not as many people there because
Oh yeah, that's when we go. We go early. Yeah. So sometimes if we go on a Saturday, we go to the first showing of the day. Yeah, it's usually not that crowded.
right. Well, I'm thinking since it's my spring break, like we can go on Monday
Oh
at
yeah, yeah.
11 o'clock, and hopefully it'll just be us.
Oh yeah. If not, there might, I'm sure there'll be at least 6 foot of space around you, bro.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So.
Or you know what? Sit in the back row. Like if you sit in the back row and then it just goes down. Yeah, like everyone's below you. So
Yeah. So then I can talk. So then I can talk to my friends and.
well, no one will breathing up at you.
Because, like Dick, I'm chatty, and I like to think it's part of my charm.
Speaking of Mr. Charm, should we get to Nightwing 72?
Yes, indeed.
The European vacation.
Yeah, although he's working pretty hard
So yeah,
for being vacation.
So yeah, Nightwing 72 from October was that 2002.
Yep.
So
he's in Rome.
Yep, because we see he has to call Amy and pretend to be sick. I'm always standing there on the street in Rome. He's like, "Oh, I'm sick."
Yep.
He's like, "Thanks."
I know.
It'd be funny if she was like, why do I hear people talking in Italian?
Well, the first time he calls her, yeah, he's not really, or she calls him, he's not really around anyone, so that worked out well.
So yeah, so he's still working on tracking down Mary. I love he goes to this hotel and he asks the woman behind the desk, he's looking for someone, and she's like, "What's her name?" "Who said I was looking for her? Aren't you?"
He's like, well, yeah, but it's not what you think. And she's like, it never is. She's thinking, yeah, right.
So he's like, yeah, Mary Redhorn, but it might be in her maiden name, Walmer.
But then, the cops are here.
Yep. Because they're like smoking the whole lobby, put on their gas mask.
I also think it's funny. See, this is, well, for white people, this was a more innocent time in 2002. Because they're like, oh, the Italian, the Caparini, they're notorious for indiscretion and brutality. Like, and our police force isn't. But we didn't, but for many of us, it did not compute to that extent in 2002. So that's a fascinating relic of, oh my God, almost 20 years ago.
Again, I mean, yeah, this is only a year after 9/11, so it's like, we're all united. It's like America.
Yeah. Well, and yes, after 9/11, our police like got really jacked up. I think so. So yeah. But we have some funny lines like, this looks like a job for Superman. And I'll be sure to tell him when he stops by.
See, I know. From the way he like leaping over the desk, so I'm assuming, did he dive behind that desk to change or something?
I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Or unless that's supposed to be the stair rail.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
Although he's still... So yeah, he's chasing them up the steps. When I was a kid, I swore to fight against crime and corruption, never swerve from the path of justice.
That's right.
I never imagined that would be saving the wife of Bloodhaven's corrupt police chief from any number of mooks out to kill her. But there you have it.
Yep.
So yeah, he jumps up, grabs his chandelier, and
yeah, classic.
Yeah, knocks him over. Grabs the guy's gun. Can I see that for a sec? Grazie.
Yeah, it's like, who is that? Someone's like, who cares? Oh, yes. And then my favorite line in the whole book, by the way, I think Brazil is going to kick your butt in the World Cup. And you know what? They did. Because who were the winners of the 2002 World Cup? Take a guess, Phil.
Was it Brazil?
Yes, it was.
Nice.
Brazil kicked everyone's butt.
But then meanwhile, as he's facing down these police, Amy's calling his apartment again.
Yup.
I love Barbara just sitting there, just like.
I know, but I'm kind of surprised Barbara patched it through, though.
I know.
Because it's kind of a super bad time.
I guess they don't want Amy getting suspicious, but I love.
I guess, but if you're sick, you could just be like, "Oh, sorry, I was asleep." Call her back later. Or hello. See, this was still too. This was still when cell phones were too new. I mean, 2002. Because now we screen our calls all the time, so you don't even have to be sick when you don't pick up the call. You'd be like, "Oh, sorry," or like you just don't even say sorry. You just don't pick it up until you're ready to talk to someone, and then you call them back later.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. She calls his home phone, yes, and he doesn't pick up. So
Yeah.
And he doesn't have an earpiece. I love. Yeah, it's 2002. He has a.
It's 2002. Yeah, no, he doesn't have a Bluetooth or anything. He doesn't even have a smartphone. There are no smartphones.
I thought the bats had earpieces though, but look at his phone. It has an antenna.
Yeah, 2002.
I know.
I mean, his American phone working in a foreign country, that is state-of-the-art technology right there.
That's true.
That is a bat phone, or the finest Wayne tech that money can buy.
But yeah, Barbara patches the call through, and Amy's like, "I need to ask you something real quick. I read a strange report." Dick goes, "Sorry, I guess I dozed off." But he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" And she says, "What's that noise on the TV?" I can't imagine what you're watching because he like threw one guy into a mirror.
Yeah.
She got these weird reports from Malloy and Lissau. Been hearing rumors for months, but this is the first time any cop dared put it on paper that there's some kind of vigilante presence in Bloodhaven.
Oh, so this is because Malloy,
yeah,
because he was the one that saw Dick, right, and he was the one that talked to him after he got shot by Mary in the previous comic, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I know they don't know everything, but I'm like, I thought it was somewhat not public knowledge that, that Nightwing or someone was in Bloodhaven.
Maybe the cops just didn't acknowledge it because they're terrible.
I guess. Yeah. That's true. Soames and Redhorn are putting that on paper, yeah.
Because, yeah, he's already been there for 72 issues.
Malloy says he's bulletproof, but then Malloy seems to be under the impression that you're some kind of acrobatic genius.
I know. I can't remember what issue that is that... I mean, because Malloy wasn't in the Academy with him, was he?
I don't think. No, it was last issue. No, remember? Yeah, he got shot.
No, I know, but he thinks Dick is an acrobatic genius. So I was just trying to think, like, when would Malloy have seen that?
Unless it just happened off panel or something.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about this, Dick? About me being a genius?
He is an acrobatic genius, though. Look at him.
I know. Like, Mary's out on the ledge, and he's just, like, hanging upside down. And then someone starts shooting, and she's like, Grace, if people go deaf playing the TV that loud.
I mean, it's true they do. And then she says he might have taken too much NyQuil.
Because she goes, people, about the whole thing about people going deaf. He goes, what? I'm sorry, what was that? So yes, he's saving this woman from being shot and being a smartass while doing it.
Yeah, but Amy thinks he's talking to the TV.
I know, because he tells Mary to get down. And she's like, the little people on the set can't hear you, though, Grace, and you're trying to remember that.
You're worse than my kids.
And then she's like, okay, I'll let you go. But, when you come back in, we're going to talk about this vigilante. So she's starting to suspect him.
I don't think this early. I think she just wants to know if he knows anything about it.
Maybe. But then Mary starts the false, but Dick catches her, but drops his phone.
Yeah, but I think that's for the best, so that he doesn't get inconvenient phone calls anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. Look at that phone. Wow. So old school.
I know. But I love the other cop asking Amy, do you have any? He seen anything weird? I think he was pretty drugged out on cold meds. He was having a lively conversation with his television.
Yes, indeed. A lively conversation with his television.
Barbara's just, whew. But yeah, Dick's what is that? Like the awning or something he's holding?
Yeah, it's an awning.
But yeah, so he feels it in his shoulder. He's like, I can put my shoulder back together, which is more than Mary could have done if she hit the pavement. So yeah, more cops show up. He's fighting them off, and Mary runs. But this woman's talent for making things go from bad to worse is really starting to get on my nerves. Maybe if I save her life 3 or 4 more times today.
Yeah.
Then we see Amy and the cops having their secret meeting because remember, kids, in Bloodhaven, it's so corrupt that the good cops have to have the secret meetings, not the bad cops.
And then we meet Mateo Flores, assistant DA.
Flores, you say?
Yes, who says he has a little sister he needs to check up on because she's a troublemaker.
You don't say.
No. So it looks like she works for Social Security. And the elderly John Law comes in. And she wants him to sign her book. And she wants to know everything about being the tarantula. Indeed. So Mary runs to the Vatican, and Dick says, gotta say, I like her style. Because there's a lot of people. You got snipers. You got Swiss Guard. And as he says, and that's just the secular support. Boom ching.
I mean, yeah, it's good. Public plays good, but then it makes it easier for the cops to find you too.
It looks like there's a lot of people there.
He's like, I'm here to protect Mary, so I'm torn. On one hand, I feel like she's picked a pretty good place to hide, but on the other hand, I really don't want to add assisting in or evading the Swiss Guard to my resume.
Well, too bad. He's about to. As he says, got to keep those job skills current.
So he grabs her and leaps up. We're leaving now.
But hey, the Swiss Guard gives him an assist. The Carabini wants to shoot him, and they're like, no way, you can't do that here.
Yep. So they get out to the street, but there's at least this one sniper, so Dick takes him out.
The batarang, which is hilarious because he takes him out of the batarang, the guy drops his gun, and boom, it falls into Dick's hands.
I know, the one cop has him at gunpoint, he goes, halt, and then the gun drops in his hand.
And he's like, oh, why don't you hold on to this?
Batman taught me how to meld into the shadows when a quick disappearance is in order, but how does a housewife from Snug Cave keep managing it?
Probably because everybody keeps standing distracted by you, Nightwing.
And then that's when Barbara calls again. She goes, "You lose her again," and he's like, "Yeah, you got to lead. When don't I? You ready to run? Your girl just purchased another ticket. You've got a train to catch."
I really like they did a good job with that panel at the end of 21 where he's on the bridge in front of the Castle San Angelo. That looks really good. That's very nice.
What's that?
And
Sunset?
boom. On a bullet train. And he can do that because they have very good trains in Europe.
Oh yeah. So did she buy a ticket ahead of time or did she buy a ticket pretty quick?
I don't know, you can probably just go by. I mean, so long as there's a seat, I mean, they'll sell you a ticket. I mean, you can even buy a ticket on some of the trains. You can even buy a ticket on the train.
I'm just wondering if she had a plan or if she was just like, give me a ticket on the first thing leaving.
Yeah, it feels like it might have been that.
Yeah. But yeah, I love that last page. Just him show him leaping on top of that train.
Yep. Next issue. She's going to France. Ho, bringing a new meaning to the term bullet train. Oh. So funny.
So I like this issue. I mean, it was a lot of action, a lot of humor.
Yeah, it was great. They were in Europe. It was awesome.
And I forget, is it the next issue or the one after? Yes, Barbara enlists some help to trick Amy into thinking Dick's still in that apartment.
Yeah, that's coming up. I think he also gets an assist in these from Soups as well.
No?
I think he does, doesn't he?
In these ones? I don't think.
I thought Superman. Well, whatever. We'll see. That if it is, it hasn't happened yet, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I might be thinking of a different one. But I think doesn't he go to next is Paris? Don't they go to London too?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought there was a picture, like a cover that had a double-decker bus on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that might be 74, I think. Maybe, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they got to go to France first. It's that geography. That's how it works.
So what did you think of this issue?
I liked it. Like I said, it's Nightwing jokes in Europe. What's not to love?
Mm-hmm. So is it an A?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Just makes it a little, and now knowing what you know, it just makes it that much darker every time Catalina Flores shows up. But, back if you were reading it the first time and you didn't know the future, because, we don't know the future, it just would have been like, oh, interesting. I wonder what's going to happen with her.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when we talked to Devin if that was always the plan, to start off light and then just take it dark, but
I don't know. I can't remember now.
Because it's about another 20 issues until, 20, yeah.
No, I don't know how far ahead they plan. Well, and you never know. And she got a lot of stuff thrown at her. Remember how she told us that after that, when she did that weird renegade arc, they told her, yeah, he can't be in his costume. What?
Well, they were leading up to the whole killing him, but yeah, then that didn't happen.
So I guess with that they wanted him not being in the costume, so it wouldn't be as weird when Jason came back and used it.
Yeah, maybe they wanted some distance between. Yeah, and they had to nuke Bloodhaven too. It's like, even if Dick was gonna die, why do you got to nuke Bloodhaven? You know what? If Jason wanted to go to New York, fine, just leave Bloodhaven alone. I mean, there was an arc at some point. Was it after? It might have been after that, when Dick went to New York when it was supposed to be Jason. I think Tim came to Bloodhaven for a while in his book, so in his Robin.
Well, Tim was in Bloodhaven. Yeah, there's one of the. I think we're gonna read it. I think I put it in there in one of the time. Yeah, where Tim is in Bloodhaven when Dick comes back to see him or something. So yeah, I don't know.
Because
Whatever.
hard to believe he wanted some distance from Bruce for some reason. Get out of here.
You don't say.
No. Yeah, and you were talking about that Renegade arc. I mean, we're gonna get there too. Oh, that's right. We got the New York stuff on there too. So Tentacle Monster.
Yeah, because like I said, you need to see if you can get that guy to talk to us because I really want to just be like, how did this happen? Like, not judging, but yeah, like how does that happen? Like, was that your idea? Like, how do you get approval for someone turns into a tentacle monster?
Well, too, he had to like double, change course the last minute too, because
Exactly.
all of a sudden you had to have Dick and Jason in the story.
I know. That's why I want to. Were you like, oh, let's turn one of them into a tentacle monster? Reach out to him, Phil. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, I will. Yeah, no, I was just looking at the schedule for the year. Oh yeah, we got Renegade stuff on here, so we got Nightwing. We got
right, yeah, because I wanted us to do Deathstroke stuff, so obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, kids, we got it all this year. We got Nightwing, we got Titans, we got Grayson, we got it all. We even have some Batman 66 on here.
Yes.
And the show will also be participating in the summer of '69. So yes, in June, all the issues will be Dick Grayson 1969.
We're not playing that Bryan Adams song, okay?
Oh no, we can't. I'm paying for that.
Good. I hate Bryan Adams.
Copyright. No. Just because Lilith Hellfire demanded it. No. Yeah, no. Here on We Are the Night, the Batman podcast. Lilith and I are doing that on the Spider-Man show too. So yeah, a lot of the shows we're doing in 1969, the year 1969 in June. So
what year was Spider-Man did he debut? In the 60s, right?
Yes, 62. Yeah, wait. 62, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he was only a few years old when in '69. So, oh yeah, we talked a few weeks back. Lilith and I talked to Jerry Conway. He wrote like a bunch of Spider-Man stuff, like in the '70s. Well, he came back in the '90s too. But he said, like, I don't know how it was on the DC side, but I know on the Marvel side, he was saying, he's like, a lot of people didn't think like the industry was gonna like last like past the '70s or like even the early '80s. So.
Oh.
So if there were bold choices at the time, maybe it was just like, oh yeah, they didn't know this thing was gonna have the life it had.
That's cool.
Yeah, I told you when they rebooted stuff for New 52, I was so scared they were gonna make Dick Robin again and like take Nightwing away from him. But
I mean, if they had made Dick Robin again, I would have dealt with it because I like him as Robin too. But I felt like they wouldn't do that because they have too many other properties.
But oh yeah, no, and the Bat stuff is so popular. That's the thing. The things that changed the least in New 52 were New 52 Star Wars, Batman, and Green Lantern because those books were selling the best. So. All right.
Can't let those intellectual properties go to waste. Like once you invent someone as a new character, like you got to have somebody in there because that's why. I mean, that's why presumably if Dick had died during whatever, they would have had Jason as Nightwing because like they make money off that symbol. Hello.
And two, there was such an uproar. There was such an uproar when I think it was the Dido's idea, Dan Dido, to kill Dick, and yeah, I think you even read the thing, but I had heard that even before. They're like, there's people in the company are like, no, you can't kill Dick Grayson.
Well, there was that dude that held his luggage hostage at the airport.
Oh yeah, but there's even people in the company are like, no, you don't kill Dick Grayson.
That guy's a not all heroes wear capes kind of guy.
Yeah.
I want us to interview that guy on the show. Who's he? Put out on your Twitter who was the guy that See if you can find him.
Oh my god! I was gonna hit him with his suitcase if I.
You can do it, Phil. You can do it. Put it out there.
So there was
See
a
if
guy.
the magic of social media can find you
Oh my god!
that airplane worker.
I'm gonna quit become a private detective if I could do that. Because you just imagine it's like, okay, we're looking for a guy. I have no.
I bet it would work. Phil, seriously, try it. I bet it would work.
And no, the script. I know, but if someone, even if like a fake came along, how would you know it wasn't the real guy or not? Because it's like, what's the description? I don't know what he looks like. I don't know how old he is. What city was it in? I don't know. I don't know copycats.
Well, we know it has to be. I mean, if somebody comes up and they're like 20, we know it's not them.
True. 15-year-old. Yeah, it was me.
I think you should try it.
Okay, maybe I will.
See what happens. I think it was someone who worked at LAX airport.
Maybe. Oh yeah.
I thought he said that. It's in the back of one of the issues. I can't remember which one now. Yeah, because he talked about it in. That's how I know. Because yeah, it isn't just a rumor. Dan Dido said it happened, and he wrote about it in the where they had like the letter page in one issue. It was like, yeah, somebody.
Maybe we can't get in touch with him. Maybe the Dido had him killed. I don't know. No, satire and parody, kids.
Find him, Phil. I bet you can do it.
Swear to me.
You just need the right people to retweet it. I mean, unless the guy's not on Twitter. But maybe his grandkids are on Twitter.
I'll hunt you down like the Batman.
Oh, good for you.
Kristen Bale.
Okay, I think we have to stop. We've jumped the shark at this point, as they say.
Oh my! give it the old shark repellent. All right. All right. So, like I said, next week, kids. Yeah, we're already at the new issue. So next week, along with Nightwing 73, we'll also be covering the new issue, Nightwing 89, the first part of the 2-part Nightwing Superman Son of Kal-El crossover. So,
woo!
Yay!
So exciting!
Part 2 is until the beginning of March, so I'll have to wait.
It's on my birthday.
Oh, that's right. It's the actual day, isn't it?
March 8th.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a Tuesday, right? Yeah.
Nope.
All right. So yeah. So next week, join us for Nightwing 73, and then the new Nightwing 89, and then of course, yes, the next 2 weeks, it's Nightwing 74, Nightwing 75. So. And again, I'll keep you up to date if there's any big developments for Dick and Detective Comics. So, all right. So, email us your thoughts on the storyline we're doing now, the new stuff. Again,
we have to put on Facebook, ask people what European city they would have liked to have seen Dick visit.
Exactly. I mean, you can always send your feedback. I mean, we'll read it in an episode or 2 later. It doesn't matter. We'll always discuss it. So, yes, so email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail, 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can follow Nightwing News on Facebook, on Twitter, join the Nightwing fan group on Facebook, find a link to the YouTube channel. You can see this episode on there, and all the episodes we do, everything gets a video. Especially if you're a big DC fan, go check out the video that's blowing up right now. Our interview, me and Lilith and Charlie talked to Annie Chang, who plays Detective Sophie Song on Peacemaker. So, from the numbers I'm seeing, people seem to like it on the YouTube. So, what helps? We talked to her like a day after like the last episode dropped, and she had like a big spoilers. Kid, there was a big thing with her. So yeah, check that out. Check out everything on YouTube. Most importantly, if you can, please subscribe to the Patreon. Every little bit helps, but $3 to $5 gets you the exclusive, early access to creator interviews. Lilith and I talk to Mr. DG Chichester every month, talking about one of his comic masterpieces. We've talked a lot of Marvel, so.
I got the good mic out for you guys.
There he is. So yes, Get your Chichester chats. And again, Patreon exclusive. We're going to find the worst superhero movie of all time. So you want to be there. It's only on Patreon. Kristen was there for the first one. I'm sure she'll be back.
I gotta go watch those movies.
Come for the mess that is me, Lilith, and Charlie. Stay for the brilliance that is Kristen. So.
Oh, thanks.
And while you're watching, get yourself some Capes and Lunatics and Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks merch. Find everything at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And if you want her to keep coming back, go pick up Dick Grace and Boy Wonder on Amazon. Come on, kid. Show Kristen you care. Go pick up Dick Grace and Boy Wonder on Amazon. I know Christmas is over, but come on, kids. Get your love. The perfect Valentine's Day gift. Dick Grace and Boy Wonder.
I'm sure it also makes a wonderful St. Patrick's Day gift.
Oh, true. Birthdays, graduation presents. Yeah. Show someone you love them on Memorial Day. Pick them up, Dick Grace and Boy Wonder.
4th of July.
True. Labor Day. Because you labored over that book. So yes, Labor Day. Hell, buy a ton of them. Give them out as instead of candy on Halloween. Come on. All right. Thank you for joining us. Come back next time. Like I said, the new issue, Nightwing 89, and back in 2002, we're traveling all over Europe
with our not smart cell phones.
Take a European vacation in the before times.
Way before times. Before iPhones even.
It was 18 years before we had to worry about COVID. People running around countries with bare faces. So,
back when England was still in the European Union. Wow, times have changed.
And Brazil kicked ass in soccer. All right, kids. So join us next time. Same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News. You can probably catch us live.